Welcome back. Welcome back. Yours truly, Diamond K, in here. Diamond K in the morning on the all new radioonfire.com. Thank you for joining me. Wow, there's a lot going on in the world. And I plan to cover a good deal of it. Good, good deal of the things that are important to me, of course. You can check me out here. 8 a.m. episodes dropping weekdays. And I I gotta start with this stimulus bill that they've been talking about. Stimulus bill, another check. Maybe you get another check. I say you get another check. Very massive relief package, and it has three ways that you and your family could get direct payments from the government. From the government. Um, Now, so you're probably hearing a lot about this, and I'm going to try to break this down for folks in a very simple way. Last week, Wednesday, the House approved the stimulus bill. President Biden signed it into law on Thursday. So you may hear them talking about this $1.9 trillion dollar stimulus bill. It's now law. This is the third stimulus check, official. All right, official. So the IRS is gearing up to start sending the first wave of the new payments. So that started over the weekend, and people started seeing them hitting their bank accounts like Saturday. And it's a lot of good news out there. I mean, $1,400, calculate your total, is just one of the three payments the relief bill authorizes that could help people that have been struggling through the pandemic. And a lot of people are struggling. So here's the thing, though. The $1,400 direct payment also comes with an even stricter income limit than the first two stimulus checks. And this changes up the eligibility rules, excludes the millionaires, millions of higher earners. Let me say that. Definitely excludes millionaires. But on the flip side, the two payouts include renewed weekly $300 federal payments to unemployed folks. That's going to extend into the fall, September. And very important here, an expansion of the child tax credit that will send periodic payments to lower income families. So they're not going to give you this big child credit at one time. They're going to break it down into smaller, digestible pieces. So a program for direct payments that didn't make the approved legislation was the proposed federal minimum wage increase. They wanted to bump that up to $15. That's not going to happen. Maybe at a later date, but not right now. Okay. And so the law also boosted funding for COVID-19 vaccine distribution and all of that good stuff. So that's what the talk was. Nikki in the building. How you doing, Nikki?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. So you've heard about the stimulus and the $1,400 that they're giving folks. Did you hear about it?
Of course.
Touched your radar. You excited about it?
Excited? Yeah, I think it's a good thing.
Yeah.
A lot of people that are still hurting because of COVID. So
Yeah.
I definitely think it's a good thing.
So I talked about this a little bit earlier. Under these new eligibility rules, some who qualify for the first two payments may not make the cut for this third payment. Okay. Now, there's a hard ceiling on income, and that is designed to keep some of the higher earners from getting a check, because there was a lot of people getting checks. They probably shouldn't have got checks. Mm-hmm. All right. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, so that is interesting. This new legislation gives the IRS a deadline of December the 31st to finish sending the stimulus checks. All right. And so check number two. So we talked about check number one was $1,400. Check number two is $300 in weekly unemployment benefits, including a new tax break. So federal unemployment checks will extend to September 6th at a $300 weekly rate.
Okay.
All right. The package will also reduce the tax burden on unemployment money for households earning less than $150K. The new law will renew the weekly $300 federal unemployment check, which was going to expire yesterday. And, so they hooked that up. That's everything is about timing.
Mm-hmm.
And the last thing, check number three, the expanded child tax credit for 2021, which is worth more than stimulus checks. So this new law expands the child tax credit that currently allows families to claim up to $2,000 for children under 17.
Per child?
That's how it works.
Up to $2,000
right?
per child.
So the plan is going to extend the benefit to lower income families who otherwise wouldn't receive the credit. So families can claim up to $3,600 per child under 6 and up to $3,000 per year for those between the ages of 6 and 17. All right. So you're looking out. Biden's looking out for you folks right there. And it also removes the provision that you had to make $2,500 a year to receive the credit, which is what it used to be. In addition, it will expand tax credits for 1 year to help cover the cost of childcare. All right. Families could get back as a tax credit as much as half their spending on childcare for children under 13 and up to $4,000 for a single child and $8,000 for 2 or more children.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Don't try to say that folks ain't looking out for y'all. Okay.
Definitely.
And if you remember, they were talking about some student loan debt forgiveness. That was something that they brought up, and it been in discussion since January. Democrats and the president have a different dollar figure in mind for how much they want to cancel of the student loan debt. Biden said on February 16th that he supports canceling $10,000 in student debt per borrower and extended the pause on student loan repayment. And so this is less and is at odds with the Senate Democrat proposal, which was trying to cancel up to $50,000 in student debt. So does any of these things excite you? It's not going to be $50,000. It's going to look like 10 if it happens. But would 10 help you?
Absolutely. I feel like I'm gonna be paying student loans back until I leave this earth.
Okay.
$10,000 will help tremendously.
Yeah. So I mean, there's a bunch of things. Eviction ban is already extended through September. So that's good. Additional money for state and local and tribal governments. Some vaccine stuff. And so all in all, I think that it's a good thing. And I want people to remember this. Republicans are not feeling this. Okay. No Republican voted for this. Okay. None. And I want people to understand and remember that. No Republican voted for this. Okay. Now, they all rushed to vote when Trump was in office to give wealthy people tax cuts. They all voted for that. And it was about around the same amount of money, about 1.9 trillion, same amount of money. Now, Republicans now saying, oh my God, you helping regular folks? Oh, it's too much money. But when they were helping the rich people, they had no problem with that. I want people to remember that. That needs to be hung around their necks and worn like a gold chain with an anchor on it. They didn't want y'all to have any money. Remember that. Just tuning in, Don McKay in the morning on the all-new radio on fire.com. And I cannot say that enough, that they did not want regular folks to have anything, any money. They only care about their donors. Right? Here on the show, we deliver the biggest political and news stories of the day with interviews and original reporting from across the country. Upbeat. We're having fun, but I really want to expose what is happening in America. New episodes drop Monday through Friday, 8 a.m., but I don't want you to miss any of our live broadcasts. In addition to our 8 a.m. program, we drop content throughout the day as news happens. So hit that notification bell and get the alert when we go live. So, another thing that is on my mind, I want to get to while I have you here, Nikki.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see, or rather, did you hear about the assault on the Capitol?
Absolutely.
Did you watch it on? Did you watch it, or did you just read about it on social media?
I saw it, and of course, I heard about it on social media and saw it several times on social media. Yeah, I saw it.
So, was it disturbing to you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I actually didn't know what was going on at first. I guess I didn't realize what was really happening.
You know what was really going on?
Yeah, because I mean, who would have thought that something like that was actually happening?
So, U.S. officials have arrested and charged 2 men with assaulting the U.S. Capitol Police officer Brian Sicknick with bear spray during this riot, but they do not know whether it caused the officer's death. And so George Teneos, 39, of West Virginia, and Julian Catter, 32, of Pennsylvania, were both arrested and on an array of charges: assaulting a federal officer with a dangerous weapon, conspiracy, and other offenses. The idea that Sicknick died after being sprayed by a chemical irritant has emerged in these recent weeks. And so these arrests are the closest that prosecutors have come to identifying or charging anyone associated with the deaths that happened during and after the riot. Need I remind people, 5 people died, including the woman who was shot by a police officer inside the Capitol. Did you see the footage of that?
I did. They
Yeah,
yeah.
That was, and many riders are facing charges of injuring police officers who were attacked, as we have said many times, with bats, sprayed with irritants, kicked, punched, ran with gates, hit with flags and flag poles and fire extinguishers and all kind of stuff. So Sicknick and other officers were standing guard behind the metal bike rack as the mob descended on the Capitol. And I'm glad that they are pushing this. I think that the way that it has been handled is not the way it would have been handled if it was Black Lives Matter. And I have a feeling about that we got to get this under control. There has to be an even implementation of the law, and it has not happened the whole time we've been in this country, but we have to still keep pushing for it. So
I agree.
You think that these folks should be arrested?
Absolutely.
And held accountable.
Absolutely.
Yeah. These unlawful actions are not something that should be tolerated. Period. Not something that should be tolerated. And it was a whole bunch of white people, and they're being treated completely different.
Absolutely. Yes.
Completely different. Yeah. So let's do this. Let's reset. Just tuning in. Dami K in the morning on the all new radioonfire.com. So over the weekend, there was some rumbling I guess I looked this up online and they identified Kirk Franklin. What do you think they identified Kirk Franklin online? What do you think they identified him as his job being? Like,
What do you
what
mean?
is Kirk Franklin's job? Like, so if you look up, if you search Tom Brady, right,
right,
it's gonna say
he's an actor.
Football player.
Oh, Tom, sorry.
What are you doing?
You know I'm talking.
Just chill if you don't know. Just chill, okay? Yeah.
You know I was talking
Yeah. And so when you look up Kirk Franklin, what do you think that they describe his occupation as?
I would say an artist. Kirk Franklin, yeah, an artist.
An artist, okay.
Either an artist or yeah, an artist. That's what I know his profession to be. What did they say?
Choir director.
Oh my gosh!
I just thought that was
maybe a musician.
I thought that was amazing.
A choir
look, choir director is pretty funny. All right, choir director is pretty funny. But of course, everybody knows Kirk Franklin. GP, are you with me? You know what I mean? You listen to his songs?
Absolutely.
And so you brought to my attention, he doesn't actually have a church.
No.
Right?
He does not have a
so over the weekend, there was some audio that was leaked by the estranged son of Kirk Franklin, and it caused him to want to apologize and say some things. If you haven't had a chance to listen to the audio, here it is.
Up a piece of paper. Okay, if you think I'm reading this paper, let me say it like this. When your bitch ass starts disrespecting, you need to get your skinny motherfucking ass back out the goddamn way before I put my foot in your ass. I dare you. I dare you. I dare you. I dare you. Shut the fuck up. I'm old.
What's up? I will fight your neck, nigga, if you ever disrespect me. I did it. He just hung up the phone. I'll break your neck. Is that a threat?
Yeah, so that was as you can tell, there wasn't the straight audio. It was when you hear, you know, choir director, gospel legend being serious. What did you think about that? Is that something that he needs to apologize for?
For me, I don't think so.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
Yeah, so this surfaced after Kirk Franklin's estranged son. His name is Karan Franklin, and you know, so Kirk Franklin, we heard, you know, cursing him out, a heated phone conversation. The clip went viral, and Kirk Franklin, you know, felt obligated to come out and speak about it. I hate when personal family matters come public, but Kirk Franklin, being who he is, being the gentleman that he is, and I mean that, being the gentleman that he is, yeah. So he had to come out and say something.
Many of you know I have an older son named Kerryon Franklin. In May, he'll be 33. For many years, we have had a toxic relationship with him as a family. We've tried for many years through counseling, through therapy, to try to rectify this private family matter. Recently, my son and I had an argument that he chose to record. I felt extremely disrespected in that conversation, and I lost my temper. And I said words that are not appropriate. And I'm sincerely sorry to all of you. I sincerely apologize. I want you to know as a father that during that conversation, I called the family therapist and got that therapist on the phone to try to help. He never played that part of the recording. I'm not perfect. I'm human and I'm going to make mistakes and I'm trying to get it right. Please keep me and my family in your prayers.
All right. So that was what did you think about that?
I don't know. I have a lot. I believe that it was sincere at the moment. Maybe.
I think it was sincere as well.
I just think that he was more sorry that we heard it. Not necessarily. He felt like he had to apologize for the words that he said because of who he is. But I think the more relevant apology is for the fact that we all heard it. You know what I mean? Like his dirty laundry or his family grievances definitely shouldn't have been aired, and we shouldn't have heard that. So, I mean, yeah, I feel like it was sincere. I feel bad for him.
Yeah. Who?
Kirk Franklin.
Carry on or
not the son.
Okay.
I have that son. I mean,
he was talking crazy. He was definitely talking crazy. His son was talking crazy.
Yeah, and I don't feel sorry for his son at all because his son didn't play both parts of the conversation.
Yeah.
So, he clearly wanted to paint a bad picture of his dad, and that's not cool, regardless of what his father has done or not done for him.
Yeah, and unfortunately, yesterday, Carry On said that Kirk Franklin, his father, threatened to beat his ass in front of TMZ. Call me a liar again and I'll release more. I'm giving you a chance to leave me alone. I said I was done, and here y'all come. Everyone except my family. Now I face the world. I am bringing awareness to parental abuse. This was never about canceling my dad. This was never to sabotage his entire career. This was a call to treat me better. I mean, he is a grown man.
Mm-hmm.
Parental abuse? What is he talking about?
And he like 33?
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's 33. Who do we blame for? I mean, we don't know the whole situation, but clearly this is a pampered kid talking about parental abuse at 33.
He's not a kid.
He's definitely not a kid. He's not a kid. My thing is this. I don't think that Kirk Franklin had anything to apologize for.
I agree.
Even if it came out, even if he's in the gospel world, okay. Mm-hmm. Some of the gospel folks be quick to snap on people behind closed doors, right?
Right.
Spare the rod and spoil the child. I think that the rod was spared on this Carry On.
Absolutely. He's 33 acting like he's 3.
Yeah.
It definitely was spared. But I think Kirk Franklin, because he's had so many other so much bad press, so to speak, he felt like he definitely had to. Yeah, he's gone through some things, porno addiction, and
that's not a thing. He just that's what his wife made him come out and say because
what?
I mean,
you say his wife made him say
that? Cause he just. I mean, come on, porn addiction is not a thing. No.
Oh, that's a whole nother show.
It's not a thing. I mean, it's not a thing. Football, I have a football addiction. I mean, no, you just watch football. He watches porn. There's nothing wrong with watching porn.
I mean, porn, if it governs your life, I mean, we don't know how serious it was. You can't say that it's not a thing.
It's not a thing. It's not a thing. It's not like it's not like a narcotic that he was taking, injecting in his body. If you want to look at,
you can be addicted to things. Some people are addicted to food. That's not a thing.
That's the thing.
Okay,
but he's putting it in his body. He's not putting it in his body.
Things that
you can't be addicted to. I'm addicted to painting the wall. I mean, no, you can't be addicted to painting the wall. You like painting. He's addicted to painting the walls. No,
addiction it influenced him to do things.
This is part of the stuff with Carry On. We have to stop normalizing making everything's an addiction.
No, I'm not. Everything.
No, I'm saying not you. Society. Everything's it's not an addiction. Everything's not an addiction. Right? If you like to do something and somebody else say they don't want you to do it, then you addicted to it because you like to do it more than they do. No. Now, injecting things in your body, eating something, drinking something. Okay, you can be addicted to that, but addicted to watching porn so there's a doctor that you can go to. This I'm an anti-porn doctor. Oh, come on now.
No, that's called a therapist.
All right,
That is the
maybe I'm
answer,
crazy.
doctor.
Maybe I'm
Therapist.
crazy. All right, maybe I'm crazy. But last thing before we go to a break, the Grammys were also over the weekend, and I like the weekend, but just because the weekend is boycotting the Grammys, I've been talking greasy about the Grammys for years. Okay, for years. So this is a 63rd annual Grammy ceremony, and it happened over the weekend. I don't like the Grammys. And here's the thing. The Grammys get worse every year. I don't even know why we cover the Grammys. I don't know why we talk about the Grammys. The Grammys are the white only pie of award shows. And for some reason, and I said I like The Weeknd, and he's got 3 Grammys. But for his latest album, which is his best album, he didn't get nominated. He's not feeling it, and he did some amazing work this year, video work and the album, right?
Mhm.
So a lot of times when artists think that they did, their thing, and then people, got fans now, and your stands will say, oh, this or that, or this, it's totally different. Once I said, coming up with the porn addiction, everything's different now. So every group of fans, if their guy is or girl is not rewarded or awarded, then they want to talk, because they have a voice because of social media. And everybody can't win. Everybody shouldn't win. But my thing is soul artists, hip hop artists put too much stake in the Grammys, which don't want us there. For years, they didn't even have us on the show, right? The hip hop stuff back in the 80s, we were teenagers and kids. Oh, that part wasn't televised, right? Because they didn't care about it. They don't care about us. They had some tokens, the Beyoncés, the Jay-Z's, Nicki, whoever, tokens, but they usually get it wrong. They usually don't pick the right winners, usually. And we have to stop, in my opinion, putting so much stake in this. It's not that big of a deal. You can get the award and cool, but Tiffany Haddish got an award. She's crying because she got a Grammy. Come on now. She wouldn't have cried if she got a BET award or a Soul Train award, but you want to cry over the white only pie of awards? Why? Please, Nikki, educate me. What is going on?
Well, first of all, you don't know if she wouldn't have cried if she got any other awards. Perhaps she may have.
Perhaps that's what you're doing.
Perhaps she may have. However, I think any accolade or any achievement that any award when you're awarded, you should feel a sense of achievement and pride. You should, yes.
I like that. Aretha Franklin said pride.
Regardless of who's giving you your flowers, or celebrating you, you should be excited.
Okay, if someone claims to want to reward and award your culture, but they screw it all up, right? Picking the wrong people.
By whose definition are you saying screwing it all up? You think that they're screwing it all up?
Oh, they screw it up all the time. They screw it up all the time. I don't even think I've seen a time when they didn't screw it up.
But that's your opinion.
Oh, no.
In your opinion, you think that they screw it up.
See, here's what it is about me, right? I talk the talk. Okay. I'll talk a whole bunch of crap.
Show me some
but
facts.
at the same time, I'm going to give you some facts.
Come on.
So yes. Okay. Yes. What they do is sometimes they'll play it safe. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they'll screw it up so bad that it doesn't even make sense. There have been times. I mean, you could take your pick, but okay. So,
but by definition, what?
All right, let's do this.
Okay.
The record of the year category.
Okay.
All right.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I'm going to read you the songs that they nominate for the record of the year.
Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Savage, Meg Thee Stallion, Beyonce. Mm-hmm. Circles, Post Malone.
Okay.
Don't Start Now, Say So, Doja Cat. Rockstar, The Baby.
Mhm.
Colors, Black Pumas. Black Parade, Beyonce. Everything I Wanted, Billy, what's Eilish, whatever. Who won? Who do you think won?
I have no idea.
All right. Everything I Wanted won. Okay. All right. So, I mean, whatever. Whatever. Okay. So, album of the year: Folklore, Taylor Swift, Janae Aiko, Black Pumas, Everyday, Coldplay, some other folks that you never heard of, Hollywood Bleeding, Post Malone. What is this? Taylor Swift won. Okay. So, song of the year, and not to be confused with record of the year.
Okay.
Okay, so long story short, I Can't Breathe Her was the winner of that. Okay.
Okay.
All right, cool. Right. Best new artist. All right. Meg Thee Stallion won that. Now let me say this. Meg Thee Stallion's not a new artist. Okay.
Is that why they
She's-
got it wrong?
Listen. I love Meg Thee Stallion. Okay, you know this,
Yes.
right? But wrong is wrong. It's not. That's not right. I mean, just
So so in the
But that's
categories
nothing.
that you just okay.
yeah. That's nothing. Let's go down to some other things. Okay, and I see someone saying in the comment section, if you win a Grammy, are you going to be happy?
You would be happy.
I
Don't act
mean,
like it's regardless of what you think. It's an accolade. It is an achievement. You can't be
Okay.
like, oh, like really. Give me a Grammy. I don't know
Okay.
what for, but
the best R&B song of the year, they say is. Let me give you the nominees. Okay, you listen to R&B.
Mhm.
Do It, Chloe and Haley.
Okay.
Slow Down, Skip Marley and Her.
Okay.
Collide, Earth Gang and Tiana Major 9.
Okay.
Right. Beyonce, Black Parade, and Best That I Imagine, Robert Glasper featuring her and Michelle Indicello. How many of them songs have you heard before? You heard Better Than I Imagine?
Wait, who's it by?
Robert Glasper
No, but I'm not a good
featuring
person
her
asking-
and Michelle Indicello. And I screw her name up all the time. All right. Black Parade by Beyonce. You heard that before?
Of course. 'Cause
Collide, Tiana Major 9 and Earth Gang. You heard that before?
I believe I have heard that.
Do It by Chloe and Haley. You heard that
Yes,
before?
I've heard that.
Slow Down by Skip Marley and Her.
No,
All
haven't heard that.
So Better Than I Imagine won. And so then they have progressive R&B, best R&B, John Legend, or best rap performance. They said was Savage by Beyonce and Meg Thee Stallion. They have best melodic rap performance. What? Melodic?
Do they use I don't know. How do they pick the winners? I have no
They
idea.
have
I
a
don't
secret. They have a
Grammy
secret panel of
education.
people that do the selections, right?
Oh, okay.
Okay, so let me go back. Okay, best R&B album: All Rise, Gregory Porter. To Feel Loved, Luke James. Take Time, Giveon. Happy to Be Here, Ant Clemens, and Bigger Love, John Legend.
Okay.
None of these albums were first better than The Weeknd. Second of all, these albums didn't even belong in the list.
They didn't belong on the list?
No, hell no.
Okay.
No. These were not the best R&B albums of the year. These were not the R&B albums that were being played online in the digital sphere. These albums were crap.
Okay.
These albums were crap. And this is how it usually is. This is what I'm saying. These are tokens. They don't even know what to pick. They don't even know what to pick. So Her is going to be in every category. Okay, just because. So the best rap albums of the year. Okay. The Allergy, Royce the 5'9". Love Royce the 5'9". He did not have a top 5 best album of the year. A Written Testimony, Jay Electronica. That album was terrible. Okay. Alfredo, Freddie Gibbs and the Alchemist. That was a good album, but it's not something that I think should be elevated to the point of best rap album of the year. These are all underground albums, right? Black Habits, D Smoke. Come on now. And then you have Nas, King Disease, and of course Nas wins. But my point is that it's just like these weren't the best albums of the year.
Yeah.
By no stretch. The top rapper, okay, DaBaby should have been in this category. He had the biggest year for a rap. I mean, come on. None of these people even had hits.
Okay. You might have.
And I can go on. I can go on and I can go on and on and on. I bet you if I go to the country study, they probably got the country music stuff right. I don't know it, but they probably got it right. Right? They care about that stuff. My point is that we have our artists being upset, being, just being jerked, their chains being jerked by the Grammys who don't matter. The Grammys don't matter. It used to be something that some artists could use, but it's really a vehicle that the mainstream white artists can use. I don't even think it helps them anymore. Grammys are outdated and they're whack. Whack.
Yeah, their performances, it hasn't been good for years.
Yeah. I don't think it's ever been good.
Agree with that.
Even when we were kids, we would want to see maybe one or two of the rap performances when they started letting rappers perform.
Right.
And then after that, what'd you do? Change the channel.
That's true.
Now, of course, we can watch it online and we don't have to be bogged down with the foolishness. Just tuning in, Diamond K in the morning. Nikki is in here with me. Thank you, Nikki. How you doing?
I'm good.
All right, Diamond K in the morning is now available on the WRF Radio app. Simply download WRF Radio in your app store. You can leave me a comment. You can scroll your timeline, attend a Zoom meeting on mute, send an email, do some online shopping, all while listening to Diamond K in the morning. Let's do this. Let's take a quick break. And then I want to come back with some other things that we need to chop it up about. Radio on Fire is a listener-supported radio and podcast network streaming from our production facilities in Baltimore and Atlanta. We're able to broadcast programs like the Diamond K Show because of our listeners and some amazing partners like D Lifestyle Secrets. Are you a baby boomer? Were you born between 1946 and 1964? Well, more than 71 million Americans are baby boomers. And as you're continuing to age, the goal is to experience as few aches and pains as possible while staying mobile. DLifestyleSecrets.com helps you do just that by providing a blueprint to reduce and or eliminate joint pain by teaching its members to communicate naturally with their bodies. DLifestyleSecrets.com gives baby boomers step-by-step videos, natural recipes, and most importantly, the motivation to re-energize themselves naturally. Visit DLifestyleSecrets.com to join this active community of baby boomers today. And I encourage you to shop with all the companies that support Radio on Fire. Before we get back to the show, have you ever had a NutriBurst liquid vitamin? This stuff tastes great, and they say it's great for you. NutriBurst liquid vitamin. Now, my girl Moochie told me about this, and me and Moochie go way back. She said, Diamond K, you have got to try this. So I asked Moochie, what's so special about NutriBurst liquid vitamin? What makes it so good? Then she gave me the rundown. Check this out. 72 minerals, 10 vitamins, 22 phytonutrients, 19 amino acids, 13 whole vegetables, and 20 herbs. Get your NutriBurst liquid vitamin today at totallifechanges.com/mymoochie. That's totallifechanges.com/mymoochie. Tell them Radio on Fire sent you.
Giving you more talk, more news, and more music. It's Radio on Fire.
This pandemic has really sped up what was already happening. The world has become even more digital. Folks are on their computers, their tablets, their phones, all the time. This is where people go to get their information. Here at Radio on Fire, our target listener is 23 to 54 years old. So business owners, I know times are hard, but I also know how important it is to get in front of your customers. Advertise your business, product, service, or event on Diamond K in the Morning or any of the other Radio on Fire programs. We have an affordable package for you. Visit radioonfire.com/advertise to get started. Again, radioonfire.com/advertise. We'd love to connect with you. Welcome back. Welcome back. You read Diamond K in here. Diamond K in the Morning on the all new radioonfire.com, at the Diamond K Show, at Radio on Fire on all social media. Governor Larry Hogan of Maryland said in an emergency order, he's issuing this and he's prohibiting the garnishment of the direct payments given to taxpayers under the latest coronavirus relief bill. Nikki, do you think this is something he needed to do?
No, did it say exactly why he felt the need to do this?
So, I mean, the American Rescue Plan Act of 2021 provides most taxpayers with this $1,400, which started, as we said, depositing in bank accounts over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So for more than a year now, COVID-19 has caused incredible hardships for people of this country.
Right.
And, you know, with the funding being intended to support working families, I mean, you put that money in there and somebody can garnish it that you owed money to, maybe because of the pandemic. That wouldn't be good.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, because the purpose is to put the money back into the economy.
Right.
So if as fast as you get it, somebody's taking it. So I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
That
So
probably was a good thing.
Yeah. So the order directs financial institutions to consider the payments protected and not subject to any court-ordered garnishment.
Right.
So that I think is good. I mean, can you imagine? You know, you get the money and then you go spend it and then it's gone.
Yeah,
because
that would be pointless. That would defeat the purpose of even receiving a stimulus if it was garnished. Yeah.
So it's just it wouldn't help the economy. I think that this is going to help the economy because I think that, yes, some people are going to spend their money on maybe things that they may not need to spend it on.
Right.
Some people are going to spend it on stuff that they need to spend it on. Some people are going to save it, but the money is going to go back into the community. Restaurants are going to get some of this money, and retail establishments, etc. I think it is going to help the economy. What about you?
Absolutely. Especially the weather's getting ready to be nice. Oh, it's going back into the economy. Yeah. People have been cooped up, and with people being vaccinated, and maybe feeling a little bit more free to be out and about. It's gonna go back into the economy.
Yeah. So I mean, you've been talking about the vaccinations. Do you feel like things are moving too fast? Do you think people are coming out too quickly?
I definitely think people are coming out too quickly. Because I think that the vaccine is just going to provide people with a false sense of security, so to speak.
Yeah.
Like, I think they're not going to be as conscious of wearing their masks. They may wear their masks into an establishment, but are they going to keep it up and on the whole time? You know what I mean? I think they're just going to give themselves too much leeway with protecting themselves, and I don't know. I think things are moving way too fast.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want people to get this false sense of things are okay. and then plunge us back to where we just came from because they're doing too much too fast.
Yeah.
Should schools be open up now? Do you think in this partial way? Do you have an issue with that?
Oh, I don't think that schools should be open.
Okay. So you think that everybody should still be doing virtual?
Definitely, just because, especially elementary. You know what I mean? Like elementary, the kids are not fully aware of keeping a mask on or keeping your hands to yourselves.
Yeah.
And, that's how colds and flus were spread the most in elementary schools because of things like that.
Yeah.
I mean, so why would we think that sending them back to school would be a good idea? Because just like those things spread, Corona's going to spread like that. It's just, yeah, I think it's too soon, too fast, moving too quickly.
Yeah. I mean, I know that we have to get kids back in school. I know that. And to me, it's about how to do it. And just because it has to be done doesn't mean that we shouldn't take the necessary steps to keep everybody safe. We don't want things to happen and then, spark off the a spike in things.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. That is where we are. A couple of other things I want to touch on before we get out of here. Shout out to Drake. Drake becomes the first artist to debut at the top 3 spots on Billboard 100.
Okay, Drake.
Yeah, there's Drake doing this thing. You remember the R&B group Troop? You remember them?
Blast from the past.
Blast from the past. All right. So Reggie Warren, a singer and member of the famed group Troop, which stood for Total Respect of Other People, passed away Sunday at his home in Pasadena. He was the one that had the gold in front of his hair. He was one of the very recognizable members of Troop. He was one of the group's 5 original members and helped solidify this New Jack Swing kind of sound that they had. Really popularized by Guy, that kind of sound. It was a good time. And people when they talk about singers from the 90s and music from the 90s and the 80s, they'll say, oh, see, everybody sounded different. These rappers now, they sound all the same. But there was some groups that was in that same kind of lane. Yeah. You know what I mean? And Aaron Hall was one of those singers that was imitated by everybody, including R. Kelly.
Yeah.
And so that was that sound. But he had some health issues, talking about Reggie Warren, and he was in the hospital in January. A rep for the group said that the family will not be releasing a statement on his death until an autopsy has been completed. The family has not indicated that his death was COVID-19 related, so we do not know that yet. But definitely RIP to Reggie Warren. And Troop had 3 #1 singles. Do you remember any of their songs?
I'm not good with stuff like that, but I bet you if you play one, I'll be like, yeah, I know that.
Yep. They also had 1 platinum album and 3 gold albums. So their biggest hit was Spread My Wings.
Oh,
remember that song?
Yes. I do remember
beautiful song. Beautiful song. And they also had All I Do Is Think of You.
See?
Remember that one?
Yes.
Yeah. And then they also had a song called Sweet November, which was a #1 single that I cannot remember. But
you see me pause.
Yeah. All I do is think of you. I can hear that day and night. Right.
Exactly.
Spread my wings. Remember that?
Right.
Sweet November. I don't remember that. We got, you know what? You know what? The song of the day today is Sweet November by Troop. Everybody needs to listen to that song. Listen to that song. Stream that. Sweet November by Troop. I
have to go refresh my memory.
Yeah, 52 years old is really, really young.
Yeah.
And definitely want to say RIP to that gentleman. So definitely Thank you, Nikki, for for hanging out the whole show. I didn't think you were gonna hang out for the whole time.
Really, I surprised you.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. And so, how do you feel about the spring? Going into the spring, the weather, the time change, you get less sleep.
Yes, less sleep, and I definitely was thrown off today, but I'm back on track. But it's I looked at the weather. Next week it's gonna be in the 60s.
So not this week.
Not this
You
week.
next week.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm ahead. I'll jump ahead.
Okay.
I'm looking forward.
All right, well, that's what's up. Of course, I will be back here tomorrow. If you miss any episodes of the program, radioonfire.com is where you can go, or anywhere that you get podcasts. Just search Diamond K in the morning. See you guys tomorrow.